What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett from Rants. As always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave that comment down below. We're on the road to 1,000, and we hope you guys can help us get there. Alright, so I'm just going to get right into it. Huge Craven fan. I always thought Craven was probably one of the single best, if not the single best, Spider-Man villain. I mean, I guess you could say Venom is definitely has to be probably the top, or at least tied for the top when it comes to Spider-Man villains. It just looks cool. And of course, hey, we've got the success of the Venom movie, and we've got, of course, Venom 2 coming out. Now looks like we're going to get a standalone Craven film with the possibility of more films to come. Now, Aaron Taylor Johnson is somebody that people will probably say, isn't he already Quicksilver? Isn't he already in the MCU? Yeah, he is. But it looks like they're going to recast him as, Craven. Which, look, if they would have put him in WandaVision, I would have been like, you know what? Oh, man, he's just too fresh in our minds for them to do something like this. But I'm kind of like excited about this because, hey, this is Sony's own world, basically. And they're doing something different than the rest of the MCU is doing. They're creating, they got Venom already. Now they're going to get Craven. They're doing their own thing. And that works for me, because I feel like, just the regular MCU is just so, just like, hey, it's just, each movie is a promo for the next movie that it's setting up. This is just like, you know what, we're going to tell a good story, like what we did with Venom, and we're going to go from there. That's going, and if it's a success, we'll do some more. If it's not, it was a great standalone movie. That is what I think is brilliant about these set of movies, is it's not dependent necessarily on a whole slate of other movies. It is just its own, and it lives or dies by the success that it makes, not by what the MCU has done in the past. I love that about Venom. I'm gonna really love this about Craven. But I'll just go ahead and get into it. It says Sony's Craven the Hunter movie casts Aaron Taylor Johnson as a titular Spider-Man villain, even after pairing up with Marvel Studios to reboot Spider-Man as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Sony Pictures once again began developing plans for more Marvel movies set in their own universe. This effort started with Venom in 2018 and currently has Venom Let There Be Carnage and Morbius scheduled to release in theaters in 2021 and 2022. Respectively, Sony's ambition for the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters extends far beyond this, though, as several other Spider-Man adjacent characters and movies in development. Kraven the Hunter is one of the many Spider-Man villains that Sony has spent time working to build a solo movie around. This came after heavy rumors that Craven would be the villain in Spider-Man No Way Home. Sony made progress on the Craven solo movie when they hired Triple Frontiers' J.C. Chandor to direct the standalone movie in late 2020. This led many to continue to fan cast who could play the deadly Spider-Man foe, tied to several classic Spidey comic stories, with casting calls reportedly showing Sony's interest in a Joel Kinnaman type. Joel Kinnaman, huge fan of him. I don't know if I would have been that excited about him for this role, though. I don't know. He's big, he's strong, but he's just, I don't know if he's got that feral look about him that would work for, a Craven-like character. It says right here, Sony announced today that Aaron Taylor Johnson will star as Craven the Hunter. This is not his first time playing a comic book character or one from the Marvel Universe. Aaron Taylor Johnson previously played Kick-Ass in 2 movies based on the Mark Millar comic. He more recently played Pietro Maximoff, aka Quicksilver in Avengers Age of Ultron. Now he'll take a villainous turn to play the big game hunter, Sergei Kravinoff. Taylor Johnson also signed a multi-film contract to play the character. And that's a big deal. That's a big deal because this is like, you know what? This is going to be kind of like Venom. If it's great, if it's a success, they're going to move forward with it. If it's not, hey, you know what? Cut your losses. Maybe it'll just be a great standalone film. But the idea that they've signed him on for multiple movies, to me, is a great thing. Because this could just be an origin story. This could just be an origin story. Nothing more, nothing less. That way we get to know the character. We can, and then by the time you set him up with, whether he's fighting against Superman or something else, I feel like at that point we would know the character, we'd be familiar with the character, and it wouldn't just be a rushed movie. The second movie, they wouldn't have to go into this long thing of just, retelling a story we already knew about this character. That way they could just get right into the action. I think that would be awesome in so many different ways. It says right here, Craven the Hunter is scheduled to release in theaters on January 13, 2023. And of course, it just goes on to state, is the things that he's done. It says he should have the next several months to prepare for Craven the Hunter's production, as it likely won't start filming until late 2021 or early 2022. Now, this is also, I feel like, pretty interesting. It says, Aaron Taylor Johnson is an exciting choice to play Craven in the movie, but it does raise some serious questions about the SPUMC. Craven the Hunter writer previously said that the film is an adaptation of the famous storylines Craven's Last Hunt. Of course, that would feature Spider-Man. And could feature Spider-Man. Some fans hope this meant Tom Holland's Peter Parker could appear, especially after the rumors that Craven would be in Spider-Man 3. There are no signs that Aaron Taylor Johnson or Craven are involved with Spider-Man No Way Home, but Sony could use the movie to tease Craven the Hunter's story through the multiverse. If they take advantage of that situation, fans could see Aaron Taylor Johnson play Craven much earlier than 2023. You know what? The multiverse is an interesting thing. Do I feel like sometimes they take this like multiple dimension thing a little too far? Of course, DC's got their own version of it. I feel like DC really, especially in the Arrowverse, really takes advantage of it way too much. But I see possibilities where, hey, this could be a really unique, brilliant way of where, you can have multiple different Spider-Mans facing off against this Craven, and you don't really have to change anything with the original Spider-Man that's going on right now. Like, I think that's a really cool way to use the multiverse in that regard. I would love to see that. I don't know if I'd love to see Tom Holland's version of it, of Spider-Man. Maybe a different one. Maybe make a whole unique story that isn't necessarily tied around that. Maybe you could bring him to the, to the version that, of Tom Holland's eventually, and he could face off in that regard. There's a lot of little things that they could do in the future with this character. I hope that this is an origin story more than him just automatically facing off against Spider-Man. I hope there's more to it. I hope they change this around. I think overall if you're going to have a standalone, I feel like Venom, Morbius, and Craven are some of the best characters that you can possibly do that with. So I'm really excited about this. This is something that I've been waiting for and really didn't think would happen. Of course, there's always rumors, but when they start actually going into casting stage, that's when I get really excited because I'm like, okay, this is more than just rumors. This is more than just speculation. They're getting into seriously thinking and going into production about this movie. So I'm truly excited about this casting. Let me know what y'all think. Do you think he'll do a great job do you think Aaron Taylor Johnson will do a great job as Craven, or do you think he should stick with Quicksilver? Let me know what y'all think down below. Let me know if y'all would like a Joel Kinnaman character more. I'm actually kind of cool with this. I think he looks the part. I think he fits how he looks. I understand where they're going with Joel Kinnaman. Joel Kinnaman, he's just strong, powerful. But I don't, like I said, think they need somebody that's got more of a feral look about him. More that looks like a more in-your-face kind of like person. Somebody that's more rabid, I guess you could say. That has at least a look about him. That's something I don't feel like Joel Kinnaman really has in that regard. But guys, let me know what y'all think. Are y'all excited about this? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Do you think he should appear in the new Spider-Man movie? Let me know what y'all think. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Y'all take care.